This is Realme's new 13 Pro Plus. In today's video, we're going to be unboxing it and taking a close look at what Realme has done with their latest mid-ranger. Now guys, Realme sent me the 12512. This is the top SKU. The base this time is 8256 and there's also a 12256. Now this yellow insert, it houses the SIM tool, some regular informational booklets, and there's also this solid color TPU case. This one's got some texture to it. It feels quite grippy. Alright, enough with that. We now get to the Realme 13 Pro Plus itself. This is the Monet Gold SKU. Realme also offers this phone in emerald green. That one is slightly lighter but thicker since it has a vegan leather back. Here the back is glass. This SKU, it's just 8.2 millimeters thick and it weighs in at 190 grams despite sporting a 5200 mAh battery, which is nice. By the way, this phone can be charged from 0 to 50 in just 19 minutes using the included 80 watt Superbook charger. A full charge, Realme says, is gonna take a little bit under 50 minutes. Pretty cool. Now before we continue, if this is your first time here, or in case you just can't remember, my name's Ash, you're watching C4E Tech, and let's continue. Now the sides here are plastic, which is one way they've kept the weight down, but the 13 Pro Plus, it does have a nice in-hand feel. The glass is slippery, yes, but there's a matte finish to it, so it doesn't pick up fingerprints and smudges easily. This phone, it's also quite narrow at under 74 millimeters, so it's easy on the hands. Now this is due to the display and the back both being curved at the edges. And the back here, Realme says it's inspired by the Monet paintings. I like what they've done. The patterns look nice and the color flamboyant. Pretty in your face, but definitely stands out in a crowd. Now this display, it's a 6.7 inch 10-bit AMOLED panel. The resolution is Full HD+, the refresh rate goes up to 120 Hz. It seems like a good quality panel, not too saturated, the viewing angles are good, and Realme's used Corning's Gorilla Glass 7i for protection. They are claiming a brightness peak of 2000 nits, and in my testing it output about 650 nits under manual mode and almost 1400 nits under auto. So outdoor use, even on sunny days, shouldn't be an issue. Now given this display is paired with stereo speakers, media consumption should be good. These speakers, they sound quite loud and clear. Here, have a listen. Now guys, one thing to keep in mind is that the fingerprint scanner, it's under the display, it's of the optical variety, it's fast, it's accurate, but the placement, I feel it's a little too low, needs a little bit of maneuvering. Anyways, moving on the inside, this phone, it has no upgrades. It's got the same 7S Gen 2 as its predecessor. This SoC, it's paired with 8 or 12 gigs of LPDDR4X RAM and 256 or 512 gigs of UFS 3.1 storage. The specs, it's probably the weakest aspect of this phone. At this price point, I really would have liked to see something stronger. Now the 7S Gen 2, don't get me wrong, it still does fairly well if you're willing to compromise a little, say a bit of graphics when gaming, and they've also done very well with respect to cooling. The 13 Pro Plus did not get hot and it had zero throttling. For day-to-day use, the 7S Gen 2, as we've seen on many devices in the past, it has no issues. Realme UI 5.0 here, built on top of Android 14. It was fast and smooth. Realme is promising 2 years of Android version updates and 3 years of security patches, which is just about on par, maybe even slightly below par for the segment.
You need to do better.
Now that we've seen the 13 Pro Plus's biggest weakness, let's look at what's seemingly its biggest strength. Optics. We have a triple camera setup to the back. The primary is Sony's 50 megapixel Lytia Light 701, a 1x1.55 inch sensor paired with an f1.88 lens that's optically stabilized. Images turned out pretty good. They definitely are detailed. You can shoot with a shallow depth of field, like look at the truck in the background, or even the leaves, quite beautifully blurred. Colors do feel a little warm and the dynamic range not too flattering. I'd call it average at best. What is good though is that there's no noticeable over-sharpening. Under low light, the 701 seems to do okay. The colors aren't consistent though. Like see here, can you notice a purple cast on the image? Like this car, it's supposed to be white. And here, there's a light green cast. Look at the area around the light. But the detail is there, the noise is low, so the hardware seems to be competent. It just feels like Realme needs to put in more time into the processing aspect of things. Now with video, you can shoot 4K 30 and the footage is very well detailed, but there is no stabilization, which kind of makes it unusable unless you're putting your phone on a tripod, which, let's be honest, you're not gonna do all the time. 1080-60, that's excellent though, very smooth, very stable, no EIS jitter. I wish Xiaomi had footage like this. The secondary camera is again a Sony sensor, a Lytia Light 600, and this one's paired with a 3x telephoto. So you get to shoot shots like this. Images are very well detailed, there are slight issues with colors, but for the most part, this camera does very well. Even at 6x, the results are very good. This sensor, it feels like the highlight for this phone. Now the third one, it's an 8 megapixel ultra wide, nothing much to talk about here, fits more into the frame, colors vary a lot from the primary, and there is no autofocus either, so no macros. For selfies, we've got a 32 megapixel sensor, Sony's IMX615, and selfies turned out alright. There's excellent detail, reasonably good skin tones. It can do 4K video, but once again, no stabilization, almost unusable. Now during the unboxing, you might have noticed this AI logo on the box. So of course, there are some AI functions, most importantly for the camera. What you're seeing here is AI Ultra Clarity. It helps you clean up blurry images. It's currently in beta. Realme says it should get better with time. Then there's the AI Eraser. We've seen this before and it used to be very slow. It's definitely gotten faster, though there definitely is room for improvement. And here are the results with the AI Eraser. So anyways, this is Realme's 13 Pro Plus, their latest phone. It starts at $29,999 after offers. For that price, the 13 Pro Plus, it feels a little light on the performance front. That said, I do see potential, especially for those people looking for a camera-focused phone in this segment, though Realme is gonna have to put in some work with their software. Now, will they do that? Only time can tell, I guess. Now, what do you think about the Realme 13 Pro Plus? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Ash out.